Welcome back, Hawaii. I'm Keith DeMolder. So it all comes down to this. Tomorrow, the Golden State Warriors will have a chance to prove basketball fans everywhere that their first 3 titles weren't a fluke, that they can win even without Kevin Durant. But it's going to be something easier said than done, folks, because the Boston Celtics have easily one of the harshest environments in the NBA. And for Boston, they're surprisingly optimistic about Game 6 at home, despite having their backs against the wall. As for the visiting Warriors, even with the 3-2 lead, there is some anxiety. After all, they failed to clinch a couple of series so far in the playoffs on the road, but believe this time will be different. After all, this team has been here before.
It is very hard to close out a series, and this is a very good team, and we know they're going to play with a sense of desperation. So for us to match that or exceed that, it's going to take the most effort we've had to give all year.
The more you're on the stage, the more you realize the attention that's on you, how much it means to each fan base, how much it means to the cities. So you can't really be surprised by anything because it's going to be the hardest game you probably ever played in your career because of what the stakes are.
You're in somebody else's building. It's just not easy to close anybody out in the playoffs. So there's no common thread. We're going to have to play really well to win. Simple as that.
Game 6 tomorrow right here on KITV4. But speaking of big games on KITV4, folks, in case you missed it earlier, Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. I know you folks might not know a ton about hockey, but as a former right winger myself, it's one of the most fun sports out there. Colorado Avalanche and Tampa Bay Lightning going at it from Denver, and the Avalanche with the huge start. Gabriel Landeskog, Valeri Nichushkin, and Arturi Lehkonen putting the Avs up 3-1 at the end of the first period, but then Tampa has a great second period. Andre Japlat and Mikhail Sergachev both scoring within a minute of each other. And in the third period, though, neither team scoring, so we head to OT, where whip, bam, boom, that tricky puck bouncing, and finally, Andre Burakovsky with the game winner. It's Colorado with the 4-3 win. Game 2 on Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m., right here on KITV4. And finally tonight, folks, everyone who knows me knows I'm not necessarily one to toot my own horn, but this I have to show you guys. If you remember the Island Football Podcast on KITV4.com, well, Twitter legend Big Game Boomer said our Hawaii podcast was the best. Even says so right here, but hey, Kyle Chinen and Robbie D, a valiant effort by you both. So that's pretty cool. Just got to say that. All right, that's been your check-in on KITV4 Island Sports. I'm Keith DeMolder.